Afternoon, Bill. Our final pre-season game today, a 4-1 victory over Whitby Town. As always, gives you thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say anything different in regards to the result. It's never a factor in it. It's never a factor. It's always nice to finish on a 4-1 win, but the result's not the be-all and end-all for me. It's the performance. And considering we had 9, what would certainly strengthen us that weren't involved today, just because of unavailability or injury. The lads that played, young contingent like James Tetley and Travis and people like that come into it, give a great account for themselves. We started off the game brightly, which I'm really pleased about. First sort of 5-10 minutes, I thought we had a real sort of purpose about us, despite the fact that the sun's shining and you've always got that danger of it being a slow-paced game. We started off sharp. They did as well, to be fair to them. And we got ourselves 1-0 up with a great bit of play from Bobby, Jack Boyle, and a finish from Naomi, who seem to have got a great relationship, those three at the minute. And obviously stuck it in, and then it's 1-0, and I thought they've come back into it and caused problems with the quality that they've got. People like Nicky Walker and players like that, experience quality that they've got, caused us problems, and I thought we got a little bit lackadaisical in areas, but I thought it was a bit back and forth for the middle part of the game, and certainly towards the end of it I thought it was even. They certainly should have had the bar, and Nicky Walker's missed one that he would normally stick in the back of the net, so they certainly should have got themselves back in the game. They didn't. We weathered it, and what was pleasing is we took another step forward and got a great strike from Elliot Harrison, who I thought was picked up during pre-season. Great strike. He stuck it in the back of the net from 25 yards out. Great finish to make it 2-0 at half time, and then you go, okay, it's a good scoreline, but a dangerous scoreline at the same time, because the gap, if they get one back, they've got the quality and the experience to certainly sort of bring themselves back into the game. But what was pleasing is just the attitude of everybody. The attitude of everybody was brilliant in terms of the work rate, with and without the ball. Bobby, Jack Boyle, obviously Naomi. I thought the back four was really strong as well in terms of their personality, and they showed it with aggression, which was really pleasing. And when they scored, they're always going to create opportunities, and they scored, got themselves back into it 2-1. And then I go, right, let's see what we're about a little bit. Let's see what our mentality is. Are we going to stick or twist? And we twisted, and got a third, and eventually a fourth, just through the attitude and the hard work and the aggression on the football and without the football. So overall, really good workout. Really pleased. Thanks to Whitby and as for that, taking the time to come down and play us today. So really pleased with that, and really pleased with the performance. Like I said, the results is not relevant, because it's a pre-season friendly. There's nothing at stake, but the performance was really pleasing.
Yeah, I'm going to say, obviously, you mentioned that results are everything, but especially having the performances and the results from the last 3 games, Guiseley, England University, and today, it puts us in good stead for next week, doesn't it?
It does. As I say, we were a lot stronger. We've got a lot more depth than we had last season, so there's a lot more competition, and the lads know that, and they're aware of it, and they know that they can't, certainly now, they can't take the foot off the gas, because I'm in a privileged position where I can go, right, well, if you're not doing it, they know that someone else is knocking on my door. So really it is really pleasing, the performances. It is really pleasing, especially the work we've done. The lads have really been put through the paces this pre-season, fitness-wise, and they've responded brilliantly.
Yeah, obviously we've brought in young Bobby from Bradford City. We've had a few Bradford City fans down today who haven't travelled to Barrow to see him in action, and over the last 2 performances, if he's like that, then he's going to be some player for the loan spell that we've got him here, isn't he?
Listen, one thing we're good at is developing young players and giving them an opportunity. The last couple, or the last 3 that we've had from league clubs of, Harrison, Beeden, who's come into us. He's gone on to, he's established himself now as a top defender. You've got Finn Cousin Dawson, who's come from Bradford and Romani before that, come from Huddersfield. What we're good at, and what my team is good at, is nurturing that quality and nurturing that talent, and giving them an opportunity and improving them. Every player that comes into us is better as they've moved on, whether that's higher up or wherever they've gone. They've come into us at one stage, and we've moved them a step forward, closer to whatever it is they want to achieve. So that's really pleasing. And Bobby's been brilliant since he's come in, and he's got a good relationship with people like Boyley and Naomi, as I've said, in terms of with the football. They've got an understanding. So can bode well for us going forward.
Yeah, now looking ahead to next week, we're going to have a bit more of a in-depth chat into the week and previewing the whole season. But just thinking about the game next week, it's a team that's renewed. They've got a new manager who knows how to do it. They've got players in there that've signed who know how to do it. So for a first test, it's going to be tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it mentioned that we did the double over Eben last season, but it'll be completely different challenge. New management team, even though we're familiar with them from that point of view, but new management team, new players, new sort of lease of life, and there'll be certainly a reaction from them. They'll be ambitious, and there's an expectation of that. They'll be knocking on the sort of playoff doors and trying to get high up the table and cause problems up there. For us, it's just about we've just got to keep our heads, not sort of get carried away with a couple of results in pre-season, a couple of performances in pre-season, knowing that if we don't do the basics, which is keep the game simple and work hard, that we'll struggle. It's as simple as that. So, from our point of view, next week it's just about doing what we did today and doing what we've done in previous games, and doing a few little things a little bit better.
Yep, nice one, Vill. Safe journey on. See you next Saturday.
Top man.